Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And in today's video, we are going to be doing a reaction to G2 Esports' What Happened at Worlds 2023 video. And I will also be doing this for other teams that competed at the 2023 League of Legends World Championship. Now, to really get a full grasp of G2 Esports' year for 2023 regarding League of Legends, we would have to go back and look at how this roster was constructed from their year in 2022. So during the League of Legends 2022 offseason, G2 Esports chose to overhaul their roster yet again with three new players again, actually. So in 2022, they had Broken Blade, Jankos, Caps, Flackid, and Targamas, right? And that roster pretty much overachieved, as everyone kind of already thought going into the end of the year, that if they just do like okay, they'll probably end up splitting up the roster anyway. Because if you look at 2022, yeah, they won in spring and they went to MSI and they actually went to the World Championship, but it was never really like a good roster to begin with. It largely leaned off of like Jankos and Broken Blade and Caps having some monster performances. Flackid had some monster performances here and there throughout last year, but it was really Targamas who was just really bad, and the team combination didn't just really work. It just not a really good team, in my own personal opinion. Probably one of the weakest G2 Esports' rosters ever, despite going to an international event and even winning a split. And that just goes to show you how good G2 Esports is as a org, if you have a roster like that and that can still win the league, right? So going into the 2022 League of Legends offseason, they chose to once again overhaul their roster with three different players. They would get rid of their longtime jungler Jankos, who had been on the organization since 2018, at least EU LCS Spring, right? So the LEC was rebranded, but back in the day when Jankos first joined G2 Esports, it was called the EU LCS actually. So it was from then all the way till just last year, Jankos had been with G2 Esports 4 years. They get rid of him for this ERL player, Yike, actually. Then they chose to overhaul their bot lane. They grabbed Hansama, who played for Team Liquid in 2022. And obviously he played really, really bad on Team Liquid, but he played insanely well on G2. So it just goes to show you just the discrepancy between how players like view NA and EU when competing over here, right? So then they bring back Mickey X. So Mickey X was on G2 since 2019 all the way until the end of 2021. Then Mickey X leaves G2 for Excel. And then during the 2022 League of Legends offseason, G2 brings back Mickey X. Remember, Mickey X and Hansama had played together on Misfits all the way back in 2018 as well. So you also have that going for you. So yeah, there's been quite the interesting history with G2 Esports and Europe, and looking at their roster moves this year, I mean, yeah, it was kind of a no-brainer. They would be kind of like dominating the league. Now, when people talked about G2, they talked about how good they were in scrims, but it was always hard to translate their performance obviously in scrims onto the stage. And people gotta understand, teams play just much differently in scrims based off environment and what they're actually willing to try out, how you do teams like share scrim strats. There's certain teams that just grief scrims altogether if they're getting just completely destroyed. But if you're looking at the players this year, Broken Blade had pretty much a good overall year, right? And Broken Blade is creeping up on now, because they already had confirmed they're going to be keeping their roster. I mean, Broken Blade has been with G2 ever since, 2022, actually? So he'll be on basically G2 for about 2 years plus, actually. Well, 3 years now going on at this point when we end 2024, right? So Broken Blade overall had a pretty solid year. And then you have Yike, who came from the ERLs. I think Yike was one of the big reasons why that they didn't do so well at Worlds 2023. He just really didn't know what to do at the international events. I mean, even if you look at MSI 2023, Yike didn't play well there either. He played like okay in Europe, actually, but when it came to the international events that he went to this year, really wasn't that good. Caps has had an overall decent year. I think that he was kind of the reason why they lost a lot of games, but he's also the reason why they won a lot of their games too. Caps has been a rather interesting player to see his, evolution as a mid laner over the years. Hansama and Mickey X definitely were the best players on G2 by far. I mean, Mickey X had a really good year in the LEC, but completely, pretty much borderline ran it down in the latter half of Worlds 2023. I mean, his series against Gen G was pretty criminal. His series against NRG was pretty criminal. And his play against BLG was pretty bad. So, you never really expect your best player to play as badly as he did. And, I mean, like I mentioned before, earlier in the video, they're going to be keeping their same roster. When you're keeping the same roster like this together, I mean, it's going to be interesting because how do they evolve past their point? I mean, won't most people already expect and understand how they play? Or are they going to be continuing to evolve their playstyle? Because, Dylan Falco talked about this on Summoning Insight. They try to evolve their playstyle, constantly, and they're trying out different stuff in scrims. So, who knows how 2024 is going to be treating them. But yeah, I mean, I've been a fan of G2 for a very, very long time. I remember when this organization qualified for the European LCS through the Challenger League. Actually, I remember that. I'm a fan of C9, G2, Gen G. RNG is not doing so hot right now, but we'll talk about that later, right? So, when they do bad, this world's just stung because they're the best Western team. And when they got upset by NRG, it's yeah, NRG played better on that day, but I don't think NRG were the better team. And if you look at their scrim records, I mean, G2 were just absolutely destroying them. So it was just the fact that the NRG just played better on that day, and the drafting was just really bad from G2 against NRG as well. But yeah, let's get right into these videos. I mean, should I have closed captions on? No, you guys don't probably like that. All right, let's go.
As a weird matter of fact, I can say exactly what I told you yesterday. I should fire you 5 fucking ass for taking this national, and I should rehire you instantly for the rest of the game. I believe when we start to play seed number 1, seed number 2, we cannot do those mistakes. This is not at our level.
Nothing. Do the head trick. Do the eyebrow trick. I don't know if they can see it. It will be fun if they saw it. I hope they
actually
saw it.
Watch carefully.
I'm not gonna lie, I think Hansama looks better like that. Man, the way he looked before was just a freaking nerd, but he looks pretty good with this hairstyle. Looking pretty base, brother.
Okay. No, he didn't. That was crazy.
Oh, we drew Dama?
I'm not gonna lie, that jersey looks so freaking good. I should have got this jersey. Like, now if you go and try to buy it, it's like sold out, so I'll be getting another one of their jerseys that released this year. So, or I'll just get the other regular one that they have for the league. They'll usually have a different jersey every single year, but the one jersey that's left over that I didn't thought was, actually gonna have quantities left over is still out, so I'm gonna make sure I get it come payday.
Let's go. Nice. We got this. We finally get a chance to redemption, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like
Next one. They want to be then. The first Sunday.
wait, bro. We're playing as the Shy. Let's go.
Aatrox, say Aatrox.
Oh no, he's gonna do the Aatrox.
Yes.
PSG or
Again.
or Gamma.
Gamma PSG. Alright, we drew PSG. We can do it.
It's a good one, yeah.
Again?
I like that. What about Gam? You need the Gam one as well.
And it's like, Gam, nice. There's no Yankers now.
Holy shit. Oh yeah, because G2 had lost to Fanghu Buffalo from the VCS quite a bit. They actually lost 4 games in a row to them. It's freaking nuts.
Brother, yeah. Oh my god. Okay, that's a good one, yeah.
Brother Yankos.
Actually, if we do draw Gam, someone has to say it in the video. Oh, we don't have Yankos now. It's gonna be good.
You can do it. About the same as last time. So where do we want to sit? This is better.
Top to what? I like here actually. I like here pretty fast.
No.
Okay, we got it there.
No.
What?
I took this.
No!
Why do you like this? What I do? Move this one here.
I mean, that looks nice.
We have our eating area.
Wait, no, it's not
Could you just imagine if I took my wife out to something like this and we just had hot sex in every single room?
a shower here.
Wait, what the fuck? We can just go around?
Yeah, we can eat here.
Is this the eating area?
It's the eating area.
So we sit here and eat?
Yeah.
This is where we eat.
You're eating there.
Is this like the Harry Potter thing you guys talked about? You inside there and eat?
No, it's way smaller. It's kind of like imagine you open the closet and it's like this. It would be like this. This was the closet, and it was actually with like a thing like this as well. So you just had that you usually had a chair and you put your food there. You would take a chair and put your food there.
Then we have washing machine.
Oh what? Oh what? Okay, so we can actually wash it. Or?
I guess.
Nice.
I would assume so.
What's gonna be the next?
Alright, thank you, ads. Thank you. I just love watching ads. I love it. Ads are how you support your favorite content creators, so do that, please.
Can I take this?
Yeah. You can take this.
How much is the camera?
Probably like €5.
5 euros, right?
I can just buy it if you want.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
What's the win on
the
Area where liquid was. Hey yo. Stop shaking.
We're going to the arena, first time, and we're gonna do some tech check. It's gonna be nice. I'm hyped to see how it looks. I'm pretty hyped. Looks cool. It's gonna be very fun to play tomorrow. And I think me and Caps.
I was also glad they stopped moving around to like a ton of cities. You know, I never liked that for Worlds. They just kept bouncing around. It's like, no, just like stay in one place. Get a big arena, stay in one place. It's way more cost effective.
Especially Caps with 1v9s.
Both 1v9.
Yeah.
Let's be back every single minute. G2 on 3. 1, 2, 3, G2!
Has nowhere to go. Broken Blade forces his flash, gets booped away, but there you go. Adoration for the crowd again. One more to hit the boot as Hunt has already cashed in.
It's chaotic, but it's going in G2's favor. They'll find another.
It's also weird, like, people were like saying, oh, well, they had made a major comeback in this game against Weibo. It's like, no, they were winning the vast majority of it. They just executed in that Weibo game. But against Damwon, because their first game was against Damwon, the only thing they really messed up on was letting Damwon steal the Baron. That's just pretty much it. But against Weibo, they had a commanding lead against Weibo as well. They played decently well against the 4th seeds, you know?
Kill, make it 2.
Oh, the Baker!
G2.
Oh, you're saying please no, but in goes Canyon looking for it. The all-in. Oh my god! They've set up DK to smack him down, and they get the Baron! Signing them out continuously.
Yeah, it's things like that too, where it like they're decently far ahead against, you know, Damwon or DK, right? There's no possible way you should ever be in a position where they could steal that. There's just no way. Like, that wouldn't happen against the Asian teams, you know? So the Western teams need to fix how they take Barons. It's absolutely atrocious. Like, even if they're winning this game, there should be no reason, no possible way Kane gets in there and steals that Baron. Just doesn't.
And they might have it, that is. They might just with the shockwave bringing back the playmaker.
Fucking go! Whoa!
G2, they're versatile, they're volatile, and they're starting 1-0 in the Swiss stage.
Today is day 2. We're facing China seed number 4, which makes me really happy because they are a good opponent, so we will give our best. We're not going to be too cocky, we're not going to troll, we're not going to believe everything is won before we even have started the draft. So I'm expecting the highest level possible of gameplay, extremely precise, a lot of great goals,
and we need to win at the end.
Let's jump onto the rift for this game. Sixth one of the day. G2 up against Weibo Gaming to see which next team is going to end up 2-0 on the day. The all out, the Shy is looking for a little bit more. Now Caps coming on in here, looking to get punished by Weiwei. It's a huge wobble combo. Does come out from G2 though. They turn it around, but Xiaohu says no. He will turn it back, but he doesn't.
It's so weird how like G2 were actually able to beat Weibo, yet NRG got completely, utterly destroyed by Weibo the previous day. It's interesting. Also, this is the same Weibo that's now in the finals. Yeah. I don't even think Weibo's gotten like that much better throughout the event. I think it's just happens when a bunch of better teams just start shit in the bed. That's what happens usually.
Yeah, Hullbreaker and be this split pushing identity.
Ooh, Hansama caught out a bit here. He's stunned nearly 100-0. Finally goes into the Featherstorm. He's still alive and he goes to the push. Life finally takes him out. That was getting pretty close to him getting away. But though G2 find themselves against the wall here as Weiwei is trying to threaten up to the Yoda. And the first damage is there. They take out Broken Blade. And that might just be enough as Yank is left alone in the pit. And it's a disaster for G2.
We actually did it again.
In the Baron pit. And that is going to be a huge lead for them now.
There it is! There it is! That's the win! Get the burn! Yes! That's the game-winning play! Bro!
Why do we do those Nash with no plan? I'm not even challenging the fact to do a Nash because that's not my job. How do you manage to find 5 different actions to do? There's not even 5 different stuff to do. One is finishing the Nash, one is invading, one is going to hide, one is doing... Oh, we were so mad. For a reason, I think. And then we had to grind back, and then I think we fucked up 1 or 2 more things.
Yeah, like, I would agree with Roman here. They were winning that Weibo game, like, commandingly, if you really look at, like, the game state. There should be no possible way that Weibo would have to have an angle to fight back, you know? Like, when it comes to, like, Asian teams, as you guys have seen for their games, you really don't get those windows. You know, even they know against each other, hey, I have this window, and I know I'm ahead. We're just gonna win the game. Western teams, even a Western team as good as G2, they're gonna have to fix that, you know?
And then...
I love ads. I absolutely love ads. There's nothing better in the world than watching a video and just getting an ad of just some frickin' black guy. Yeah. That's just what I need in my YouTube videos. Black guys.
Steve for him. Mickey.
They're trying to go for something here as Xiaohu just gonna be wobble combo. They finally found the damage. The engage comes in. Hansama gets that ultimate off and the wobble comes in such a huge way. Caps, he wants to end the game right here. He wants to end it right now. Doesn't have a health bar though and he's gonna go down. He perfectly
Let's go!
able to get it done. He's perfectly able to keep his team safe. And G2 take the fight in a huge Hansama, and they will win this game.
Let's go, boys! Fantastic play.
And then I'm so proud of you for the resilience, for keeping the discussion, for keeping the talk, the different Mickey engage and Yako on top of everything, and like I really loved. Baby, you smurfed it, especially the end. That was really beautiful. And Caps, you're an animal.
I like the way he's like seriously just letting them have it. They're all just going like, okay, this guy's on crack.
You have ice in your blood. You have ice in your blood. You were in such an incredible comfort zone after 35 minutes. You were so cool. You're like, okay, I think we should go there, guys. Like, that is exactly the level of communication we need if we want to be able to clutch those games. And some of those last team fight where they were hinting, we were hinting, they were hinting, we were hinting, and you were in the middle, guys, maybe we should do this, maybe we should do this. Beautiful, that's what we need. I'm so proud of everyone. That was so fucking cool. GG. Just GG. Like, we are 2-0. This is incredible. We are the only Western team able to take things to Asia. Okay, it was seed number 4. Let's not get cocky. Let's focus on the plan. Tomorrow we're gonna have Genji. it's gonna be fun. We know a bit how they play. We know their strength. We know our strength. It was really, really, really nice, guys. You can be really proud of yourselves. At least the second part of the game.
And then some people are like, yeah, of course, if people do like surgery and stuff. And then there's one comment, the surgery, removing the glasses.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know.
Glow up, it's cosmetic surgeries and makeup. It's insane how one can change this much.
What the fuck, bro? Actually, I did surgery, but I healed like within 1 day.
What surgery?
No, I'm joking. It's impossible, bro. Surgery, I think surgery you have to heal for fucking months. Did you have a broken nose or something?
No, yeah, absolutely.
No, I think...
IP, no, you call it IP.
Okay, this was funny. So this guy has a glow up and she just took off his glasses. Lol. Eyelid surgery looks like. Bro, he didn't get surgery. If you know who he is, the only thing that changed was he got a cut and no glasses. You don't know what a blepharoplasty looks like, and that's okay. Blepharoplasty.
Oh my god.
Look at that Korean solo queue.
On their side, but now they're going into an incredibly heavy matchup. Well, they're up versus the LCK champions Genji and also one of the tournament favorites.
And whoever wins this best of 3 gets to quarterfinals.
Yeah, so they ended up beating the 4th seeds from the LPL and LCK. I mean, Damwon's pretty weak, but commanding position in that game. They had a commanding position in the Weibo game, but it was really, really back and forth. And then now they face up against Genji. And I think this series was the beginning of the end for them at Worlds 2023 when I look back on it. Because, like, even though they had a way they could push the pace of the game, I didn't really feel like they got anything. And even in the wins that they got, Yike in particular really did not know what to do around the map. Like when one of his lanes would be getting pressure, like what should I be doing next? I mean, you had players like Caps that really didn't pair up with Yike very well. It kind of really just relied on Broken Blade in the bot lane to, outplay a lot of the, situations they were in. But this was a series by far that I think just broke all their confidence. Because if you have an early game composition like this and you can't even win the game, that's really bad, honestly.
Here, now Caps dives in another.
Like, this int from Chovy is just an int. Like, this is the reason why we know Chovy's a damn near choker, because he'll just do shit like this against other people, but when it comes to, like, really high-pressure games, he just kind of just falls apart. And I love Genji, as you know, I love Genji, but, like, god damn, just seeing how good this guy is, Chovy, and then seeing his brain function against, like, high pressure situations to the point where he chokes now, it's crazy.
Explosive charge is prime, and the chain's connected. First blood, solo kill for Caps.
Hold up, Doran.
Okay, yeah, Doran is just gonna stay here. Peanut is going to turn up as well, but Broken Blade will survive. Jovi's in so much trouble, and Doran's gonna go down with the help of the True Shot Barrage and G2 on these Nexus turrets. It was a really cool try and a great start for G2, but not quite enough to get them over the...
Yeah, so if they can't even really beat Genji, who is a oddly defensive, offensive team, I don't really know what style they can play, because G2 themselves have really not been a late game scaling team that's really good at team fighting,
The Nexus will fall down, and Genji 1 game away from the knockout stage. Got the quest just yet. Another hook. Got it connected from Mickey X, but he's getting...
Like, people forget, because they lose this 0-2, then they get 0-2 by NRG. That means they're on a 4-game losing streak at that point, and they have to somehow bounce back against BLG. So they ended up finishing the tournament, what, 1-6, actually? Yeah, so they lost 4 games in a row. They lost the 2 games in the best of 3, which, yeah, they'd be 1-6. That's really bad for the remainder of their tournament. So they would go, what, a combined total of 3-6 throughout the entire Swiss stage, despite beating the LCK, LPL 4th seeds.
Gonna get knocked up this time around. Delight is extraordinarily low. He's gonna have the flash, and there it is, the light slinger for Hansama.
There's just nothing they can do. Like, they're too far behind in this position. There's nothing they can really do anyway.
Kite back, we have a kite back. I'm dead, I'm one shot. I have no mana. It's fine, guys. Nice try.
Yep, I absolutely love ads. Can't get enough of them.
So one of the biggest challenges at World is it's a long marathon, so you have to be ready for game day, but you have to be ready for the next game day as well, and it's always every 7 days, so every week, week after week after week. So it's a really long tournament. That's why it's really important to take care of health, nutrition, sleep, gameplay. One day can really set you off road. I think we've done a pretty good job so far. So yeah, we're ready to push in for an extra 3 weeks.
Today we play against Energy. I think there are a few challenges definitely that we are facing based on how the week has been going. So we have good practice against very strong teams, but definitely some of our guys feel a little bit sick. There is an illness in the room, but we're trying to give the best. I think we're trying to make sure that they have the right energy and that we have the right preparation. So basically, it will be something that it will influence a little bit to their performance. But I think like we are a very strong team, and we have a good approach to perform today.
Like, by all accounts, based off just the teams themselves, they actually should have beat NRG. I mean, NRG actually had a decent showing at the event, kinda. I mean, they faced some real shitters, right? It's just really crazy that this was the most important series for G2, right? You factor in if they win this, they're in quarterfinals, they face Weibo. Who knows how that best of 5 goes, but yeah, losing this kind of almost just sealed them not getting out of the Swiss stage, actually, because they're not going to beat BLG. BLG's way too good, right? And BLG had already, like, it's crazy how G2, between MSI and Worlds 2023, they lost both rounds to BLG and Gen G. It's absolutely crazy.
G2 on 3. 1, 2, 3, G2!
Coming back towards mid as well. And remember, no flash here either. Oh, Palafox, he's got to try to get away from this one. Can he out-juke the enemy Velvet? No, it's...
Oh, I remember this game. This was the game that had that horrible draft. So let me move my camera for a second here. So this was G2's draft right here. This is incredibly bad. I really don't know why people were valuing Kai'Sa all this much this World. I thought it was an extremely overrated pick, especially Bel'Veth. Bel'Veth and Kai'Sa had to have been the most overrated picks for some of these teams. Like Bel'Veth into Vi. I mean, like they went with Kai'Sa and Rel versus Senna and Tom Kench. They can't do anything with that. This is just a really bad comp. It's extremely bad. Like, teams have been getting, like, straight up draft gapped at the event. It's so apparently clear that drafting is so OP when you're concocting a draft and you can give your team something to play for. Like, they have 0 win conditions on this team outside of, like, Jack's late game. I mean, Syndra gets ahead. That's okay, but, you know, there's enough defensive tools on, you know, NRG's team to get around Syndra. I really don't know the reason behind this draft. It's probably one of the worst drafts at the tournament, if I'm being honest here, actually.
First blood for Cap. All 5 players still alive. Han's gonna be knocked up into the air, taken down. They're all out. They're all in. And Energy are all about this game number 1.
Smile in your faces, guys. Come on.
Killing just yet. Horn sounds off. Dope was knocked up into the air. Palafox may be under pressure. Now they're going to find some damage on contract, but he won't be killed just yet. Cap is down. Dokla unstoppable. And now Mickey falls too. Broken Blade will be broken in half. It is an ace for 1. Nobody thought they'd win LCS. Nobody thought they'd beat G2. It's time to change your mind.
It's a bit of a weird day. I'm not gonna lie to you boys. I wasn't
expecting us to get destroyed that much. Not gonna lie to you. I mean, the day felt a bit weird from the beginning. Really low energy on everyone, but we have some sick people, so I didn't mind too much. But we exploded on stage for sure. Yeah, in exactly 24 hours we're packing our suitcase, either to go to Europe or to go to Busan, and I think that would feel really shitty to close the year like this after everything we've done and after all the potential we have. So I think right now we do not have the luxury to feel like shit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do.
I mean, I get what Roman is trying to do, but like you could tell the players are just like, we had one shot at making it in, and because remember, going off the remaining teams that were there, they're facing. I mean, the only other easier option for them to make it out of the stage is beating Fnatic. Now, this is something that people need to understand, which is you really always don't want your teams facing off against easy teams at the beginning, because if these teams are if G2 is supposed to be one of the best Western teams, yeah, they should be able to fight against top Asian teams and win, right? Because that would prove you're a good team against other really good teams. I don't know, what is this mindset with people where they want their teams to just face a bunch of easy teams and get a free road to, you know, the next round? I would rather them beat really good opponents to show that they're really good, because if people are predicting them to be one of the best Western teams and a top 10 team at the event, then they should be able to get through the likes of a BLG, you know, the likes of an LNG, actually. Because I know their scrim records, they were even beating JDG. So it's not like these teams can't beat the Asian teams. It's more like, what is going on stage that is contributing to this factor? Is it nerves? Is it overconfidence? Like, what is it exactly?
A little run around the room. Everyone's going to speak. What's going to be important is to focus on the team we will draw and to create a plan in the next 20 hours to beat whoever the fuck we're going to face. And then once we are in Busan, we can sit and talk about today. That would be my approach, I think.
What's gonna be the next big trend?
Next big trend is not seeing a black guy on my screen. I'd prefer that. Thank you so much, ads.
I'm gonna put my hand out here, and I want you to imagine putting the brick together one by one. And today is one of those days, okay? G2 on 3. 1, 2, 3, G2!
Let's go.
From long range coming out from Han Sama, he ain't gonna hit it just yet. Oh, dive! This Elk now in a spot where he's gonna fight off 1v4. But it might flash forward, counter strike. Shun leads the charge. There it is! Series before the quarterfinals, and BLG come out swinging.
And this is the thing that's been weird with, like, how G2's been playing the game is, you know, if they face off against a team that is arguably just as strong as them, and if not stronger early game, they can't do anything. Also, BLG defeated them at MSI earlier this year in a very similar fashion. It's just, quite possibly, they're just a stronger, better team. They're kind of what G2 is supposed to be, honestly. A stronger, faster, early game, high-paced team.
Started off 1-0. Finds a lockdown onto 2. They want to burst him down, but they won't find him just yet. There goes the kill. Blows up.
This was a crazy game, I'll say that.
It's going to be enough. He gets the kill, and Yagao. Mickey ready to charge forward. Paranoia is back up, ready to go again, and Yagao is about to die. Nature's grasp flies out. Yike blocks it with Spell Shield. TP coming in. They're going to kill on before anything else happens. Hot Sama's on a rampage. And Broken Blade leads the charge. Elf's not getting away. And Caps throws them all up in the air. Yagao will not stop it. G2 will not go down without a fight. Quadra kill for Han Sama.
I gotta say, I was sleeping during this series because I had to go to bed for work, and when I woke up to this game and they were going just back and forth, I was like, this is how you can tell that G2's not a bad team. It's that they can potentially play very well against the Asian teams. It's just something on stage is not clicking for it to happen that way. You know, or maybe Asian teams just are not tryharding in scrims. I really don't know what it is, honestly. But you gotta factor in, if they're fighting this hard to win one game against BLG at this point in the year, there's really no hope to win the next game. I mean, it's just how it works, because even at MSI, the game that they won against BLG in that lower bracket playoff scenario at MSI, they only really got that because Elk mispositioned. I mean, most of the times that BLG lost to the Western teams was only because Elk mispositioned. It wasn't because they were winning the game, actually.
Finding the angle to fight, and it means you're giving up everything. That's triple and hip. Now the Barn ulti comes. They gotta go.
They gotta go now. Nature's Grasp coming out. Seeing if they might be able to lock him down, but no! Han Sama is already dead. Caps hit by the arrow.
I mean, this is my thing too. Like, Han Sama, he played well in the last game on Kaisa, but in a situation like this, you need anything but Kaisa. Because there's no way Kaisa is diving a backline with a fucking Ashe and a Braum and an Orianna. She ain't leaping into that. If Kaisa leaps into that with this comp, that guy's a motherfucking crackhead, right? And to be honest, Zuna had a really good tournament, honestly. I mean, for the most part, BLG had a really good tournament. It was a really strong team. Just, you know, didn't come together for them later on. But I think the Gnar pick here is fine into Renekton as the game goes on. I mean, like I mentioned before, Yike just had a really bad tournament. I mean, Yagao just steamrolls any Western mid laner, obviously. Like, he didn't have, like, Caps had no effective way of beating Yagao either. And I think the Bard pick is fine, but, like, Bard against a lot of these other really massive engaged tool champions, it's just not going to be very good for him. This last draft against BLG it's just so criminal, man. Like, drafting like this is just the reason why G2 ended up losing. It sucks, it's sad to see, but, you know, it's how the cookie crumbles sometimes, boys.
Jones ready to jump in and try to take this guy down. He goes golden. Caps should die here. Yagao is on a killing spree. BLG are gonna win it right now. Mickey goes on a magical journey back to his own nexus, back to his own fountain, and that will do it. The last vestige of the LEC is wiped from Worlds 2023, and BLG earn their spot in the quarterfinals.
And that sucks, actually. Like, after this, you know, Roman went on Twitter and he would post their scrim record for pretty much the entire year. And I do like the transparency. Like, I like that. I mean, we getting a little bit more inside knowledge on how the hell, like, their year has gone. And, you know, that team, they were good in scrims. And it's really hard to say, like, should they have tried out some of that more weird picks that they tried out in the LEC? Like, could that have given them an edge at certain points in the game against a lot of these other teams? Who knows, man? I think someone also had mentioned, like, if you get rid of Yike, then who do you really get? I mean, there's not really a jungler that I would... No, there's... I mean, because I know El Yoya is going to be staying with Mad Lions now. I mean, if you could have gotten someone like Razork, or you could just have gotten Yankos back. If you could have gotten Yankos back, that'd have been a really, really good thing, actually. You know? That's just my opinion. Yeah, this is... Oh, my God. Yeah, it's just Sucks, man. Heartbreaking knowing your team was way better than what they showed. There's so much. It's that's why I get angry, because there's so much better than that. You know, like I get angry when my teams don't play good, man. I know there's so much better than that. You know.
Fuck. Yeah, it was a really fun year. I think it's crazy how much everyone worked. I've never seen that. So I think we gave ourselves the chances to go really far, and we fuck up one fucking day. And it feels like we're punished, you know. I mean, it's a competition, right? That's it's a really fun job when you win, but it sucks when you lose. I think we can be really proud. I mean, of course it sucks, right? Fucking suck. And then I haven't even opened my phone fully, you know, so we can have a million people telling us how much we suck. Just to make it a bit better, right? But we've built so much. We were supposed to go so far. That's why it hurts so much right now. As this man would say, it's expectations. I wasn't that sad last year, you know, because we fucking blew up in the middle, and we deserve what we got. But us this year, man.
Yeah, you look at last year, that roster pretty much overachieved compared to what they were expected to do. I mean, just looking at the roster compared to last year versus this year, this one's way stronger, you know? I just... Yeah, it sucks to see this as a fan of the org for so long, man. It's just, you know, they need to figure out what can they do to translate that screen performance to the stage, even if it's a different setting. That's just pretty much all it is, because... Or you risk the attempt of getting a new player, which we know they're not, because they're running back their roster. So, Yike going into 2023, not just in Europe, but at international events, has to know how to pressure the game. And he has to know what to do on the map when he's not in a winning position. That just has to happen. Caps needs to also step up a lot more than what he has. I know he's played well-ish this year, but he needs to play a lot better than that. You know, the bot lane needs to be a whole lot more cleaner. Like, Mickey X needs to be cleaner on engages. Just, you know, so much more stuff, you know?
Fuck, so close. One day, and it's crazy, huh? That's what is such an unforgiving tournament. In any other title, you're sad for a few months and then you can go again. But for us, it's 8 months, and I feel like we paid the price. I think we paid the fucking price, man. Like all of you. And so we should be proud. We should be proud, even if the end result is way below what we should have achieved. But I think we should be proud. And it was a great show. Yeah, I wish we would have had this meeting in 2 weeks, you know, or 3, inshallah. But nah, it's tonight, cause yeah, so, fuck, as they would say. Yeah, GG boys. We don't deserve it.
Deserves a shout out. I mean, for sure, big shout out to the fans. I mean, even today, thank you guys so much for cheering.
yeah, so that's G2 Esports for League of Legends 2023. Always be a fan of G2, you know, G2 Army for life, but, you know, we'll have to see what 2024 holds, you know. A lot of these teams are changing right now, and I'll be able to drop you guys those League of Legends 2023 offseason videos very, very soon. So, like I mentioned before, I will also be doing this for other teams that competed at Worlds 2023. If they drop their Worlds 2023 videos, you know, I'm going to do my reaction to them. I'll be doing this for MSI and Worlds next year as well. I might do this for like the other squad-ish videos that the teams do. You know how Team Liquid has squad and those other videos that the teams do when they document their weekly, you know, games like Gen G as well. When Gen G drop theirs, I'll do a reaction to that one as well. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Like, comment, and subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I am MSK, Master Swag King, and I'm signing out, guys. Peace.